Hey guys, what's going on? If you're new, hi, my name is Ditya, and in this video, we are going to create an AI personal assistant. What this assistant will do is it can, I should say, create calendar events for you, it can send messages for you, send emails for you, and it can do much more things, but you can figure that out stuff on your own, like what you need to add. But for the sake of this video, I'll just keep it to these two things. So, without any further ado, let's just get into the demo. I know it looks a bit, complicated and scary, but no need to worry. I'm gonna go make sure you understand every single thing. So the platform that we're going to use is called Slack. I know most of you guys know what Slack is, but still, if you don't know what Slack is a platform where you can have multiple people, you can have all your group members in one place, and you can talk, have chats, and voice messages, kind of like WhatsApp group, but Slack is much better for organization and team meetings and all that stuff. And most people tend to use platforms like this, kind of like Telegram, if you know. So I'll show you how this works. So let me just select my message. So as you see, I've sent a message in Slack saying create an event called meeting with James at 4 p.m. Now I'm going to run it. So it's a text message. You can also do audio if you want to, but for this sake, just doing a text message. Now see, it's going through. Okay. Now it went and created a calendar event for me. So if I go check my calendar, you see, I have a meeting with James at 4 p.m. So that is what it did. It created this meeting all on its own. I just had to say. So if I can do this on audio basis also. So if I just take my phone, if I have Slack on my phone, or just say it on my laptop, saying that I just want to create a meeting, create an event called meeting with James at 4 p.m. It will just go ahead and do that. So now let's get building. Inside of make.com, we'll create a new scenario. And now the first thing what we need to do is we need to go to Slack. So we have Slack. I'm going to do watch private message. Then what you need to do first, you need to log on to Slack, and then here on the on the left hand side, you'll see channels. You can create a new channel. Okay, it's a blog channel, and then all you need to do is just create a private one, and then give it a name, and you have your channel ready. That's it. So then what you need to do is first let me just change the connection. And under private channels, you'll see you have all the channels that you have. I'm going to select the personal assistant. Limit is 2 is fine. And yeah, I'll just save it for now. Save it again. Then from here we're going to add a router. So select router. Then we need two different parts. So first what we need to do is we need to send a message here inside of this Slack so that we can get the audio file and we have the text file. So first what I'll do is we'll go back to my Slack and I'll send an audio message. Hi, how are you? So that is my audio message. I'm going to go back here. Let me just unlink this. Click run once. Choose where to start. You know what? Let me just send this first. I've sent this message. So if I go back, I can click choose where to start, choose manually, and I have my message right here. And if I run this now, so under files, I have the URL private download. I have the name saying audio message MP4 and the title saying audio message MP4 and all that stuff, which is absolutely perfect. That is what we need. So now what I'll do is first, I'll add the conditions later, but first what we'll do is now we go to Slack. Now we need to download a file. Okay, we need to provide the URL private download. So under files, you'll see the URL private download. Just put it there, save that. Then we need to transcript this. So it's an audio file. We need to take that audio file and transcribe it. So what I'm going to use is Grok, because Grok has the transcription. So you see, create a transcription. It uses Whisper, which is by OpenAI, and we'll say, oops, transcribe this audio. Okay, and we'll hit save. Very simple prompt. Then what we'll do is we'll go to set multiple variables. We'll give this a message, this name message, and the value will be the result from here. All right. Now we need to add a filter. We'll call this audio. The condition will be if the title contains case insensitive, and we'll paste the same thing, that is audio underscore message. Okay, so if the file title contains audio, it will pass through this. If not, so what I'll do is I'll just take, copy this, go back here, paste this, call it text, and if it does not exist, it will go through here. Okay, now we go here, we do set multiple variables again. We call this message also, and the value here will be text. I mean, for now I can't see it, but I think it's text. Now we'll see what happens, and I'll just hit save. So now let's choose where to start. Choose manually. Here's my audio file. Now let's run this. Ran perfectly. So it went through here. Let's see what the transcription was. Okay, so it didn't get the transcription. Okay, so you know what I'll just do is I'll send a text, because the audio transcription what I said was not perfect, so doesn't really matter, but at least we know it works. Now what we need to do is we'll add a third route, and what we are going to do is instead of set multiple variables, we'll get variable, and the variable name is message. Now what's happening here is no matter what it is, if it's an audio message or even if it's a text message, it doesn't matter, because both of them are named as message. So even if I send it an audio or if I send it a text, I can get both of them through here. Okay, for example, if I send an audio message saying that how are you, and it goes to Slack, we download the file, goes to Grok, converts the audio into a text, and then finally it sends the finally it stores it in a variable called as message. Okay, so I can access this message through this get variable. Okay, so I'm putting it into a variable called message, and then I'm using the get variable to take that variable. I hope you guys get it. I hope I didn't make it very complicated, but okay. So from here what we'll do is first we'll add Grok. We'll create a chat completion. Let's choose a model. I always go with Llama Instant. Doesn't really matter, you can take any model that you want. Now first we need a system, and say you are a general AI assistant, and your tasks are the following. You will be asked to send email, let's say create and send emails, and send emails. You will be asked to create Google Calendar events. Here are some examples. One, create Google event. Okay, now I'll say create an event called meeting with, let's say create an event. Okay, then create a meeting with, here are some examples, and then second will be, what was it, create and send emails. For emails, for calendar, for emails, we'll say send an email, write an email. Hmm. Are there any other phrases that we can use? Let him know. I mean, we can say, let Aditya know that I can't make it today, so it should understand that it is an email, not a calendar event. Your output should always be the number indicating which one task is it. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is, I don't want it to see, you can't put too many tasks on an AI. Okay. So, what I'm telling here, telling Grok to do is, you are an AI assistant, and what you need to do is you just need to give me one or two, or it's what it is. For example, if I say create an event, it should output me, okay, this is event number one. If it is something related to email, like let him know, so it is event number two, something like that. So I'll just train it a bit. So I'll say create an event called meeting with James at 4 p.m. Okay, if I enter this, I want the assistant to output me number one. Okay, and I'll train it on an email also. Let James know that I can't make it to today's call. Can we reschedule? If I write something like this, or if I say something like this, I want the assistant to get it as number two. Let me also say you will be provided with the message, and just go user, here's the message. Okay, we have that set. Now after this what we'll do is we'll go pick a router. So first we'll add a grok, create a chat completion, instant message. We'll add a user role, not a system role, because I don't want it to act as somebody. Okay, I just wanted to take somebody's name out, and then based on that name I wanted to create a calendar event. So for example, I'll say, let me just copy this. I don't have to write it again and again. Let's say James Bond. Surnames are also very important because you can have many leads with the same name. So surname is actually very very important. And then I'll do assistant, and then the output should be James Bond. Oops, Bond. Then I'll also write a user prompt. The output should always be in JSON. Don't add JSON at the beginning of the output. There should not be anything except the JSON. Okay. Now then we'll parse the JSON. Parse JSON. We'll add the result from here. Put it right here. Now here is where we'll create the event that we can put inside of Google Calendar. Then we'll go to Google Sheets, and then we will search rows, because we want to take the person. We need to find his email. We need to, not his email. We need to find the person's name or email also if you're sending, an invite link or something like that. So I've already created a Google Sheet. It's called Personal Assistant. Sheet number one. And all I need to do is just find the name should be equal to, okay, uh, what is the number for this? It's number 12. So I'll just do this. Since I'm doing a JSON, let's say, I'll also add always follow this structure. Name, let me just check if this is a correct JSON. Okay, it's perfect. So I'll go back, paste that in. So I can just go ahead and type your name, close this bracket, which is perfect because it has the purple border. So we've done that. Now we'll create the event. So we go to Grok. I'm going to create a chat completion. Model is instant. Instant. We'll say, can we do a system prompt? You go user, you say your task is to create a Google Calendar event for, and we'll add Google Calendar event based on this information. Then we'll give it the information, which is, where did we get the information from? It is number 7. So we'll just add this, and then we'll also say the date is now, because we wanted to know which date and time it is. Then we'll add an assistant prompt, and we'll also say the data should always be in JSON. Let me just copy paste what I've said right here. I have to write the same thing over and over again. Oops, not here. The output should always be in JSON. Don't write anything except the JSON. Okay, and I'll just paste it right here. The output should always be in JSON. Don't add JSON at the beginning of the output. There should be nothing except the JSON. Okay, now we'll go here, we'll add assistant. And now here's the thing. If you go to GPT, all you need to do is say, please create a JSON file of Google Calendar event, and then it gives you this big thing. But I didn't need the recurrence and the reminder, so I asked it to remove it, and it gave me this JSON. So that I'm going to copy. I'm going to go back, paste that right in. I'll just remove one of these because I don't need two. Okay. Oops. And what I do is remove this email, add in the email right here, and then all we need to do is remove all this data and put it, sorry, and add sample data, which I'll tell you how to do. Let me just remove all of this. Okay, now all we need to do is just put two curly brackets and write example underscore summary, and put two curly brackets, and that is, so this is just a dummy event. Okay, we'll do the exact same for all the rest. Location, example, description, example, date, time. I'll just copy this, paste it right here, and I guess we have this right, but let me just check. Yep, it's perfect. One more thing I need to add, forgot to add, is the, oops, the end time should always be 1 hour ahead of the start time. Okay, you can save. It's a JSON, we need to parse it, parse JSON, take the result from here. Now we need to add it to a Google Calendar. Google Calendar. Oops, not search event. Sorry, need to create an event. Create an event. The calendar ID will be your calendar. Event name would be, I guess we'll have the event name from the JSON. We'll have the event name from JSON. That we need to run it once to see. Okay, what we'll do is we'll first run this and then we'll see what happens. So what I'm going to do is, since the audio file was something totally different, I'll just say create. I'll just copy this and I'll paste it right here. Send it. Go back. Choose where to start. Choose manually, and then I'll take this. Hit save. Now run it. Ignore the warning, and let's see if we have any issue. Okay, the JSON had an issue, which is still fine. Okay, we have an empty data, which is not something that we expected. Okay, okay. So let's do James Bond, and we'll copy my email address. We need to have the data also. Sorry, it was totally my miss. Okay, so okay, I got the problem. The problem is because it can't, it was not able to find the name because of this. It's totally fine, but wait, let me just check. Okay, name under name it is giving me meeting with James Bond, which is not what I want. I wanted to just take out the name. Okay, so what I'll do is I won't ask it to convert it to JSON. Let me just remove this whole thing. We don't want this. Just delete this. So now it won't convert into JSON. Now let's try this. See, this is the thing with AI and automations. You need to test it over and over again for you to just make something perfectly. It's not like it happens in one shot. And let's save. Let me just unlink this just in case I have a problem here. It's a long string. Okay, now that is something totally different. Hmm. Okay, I'll just add one more. Don't add any new anything extra in the output. Your task is to just output the name, nothing more. So sometimes we just need to be a bit strict. I don't know what it is. Result meeting with James at 4. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I forgot one more thing. I'll do user and I'll do find the name in this text. I forgot to give it the actual text itself, not font. Fine. Man, what was I thinking? Okay, now I think it should be proper. I How can I miss the fact that I didn't give it the text itself? So it was just analyzing based on the input that I gave it. It didn't use it as an example. It was thinking, okay, here's the thing. Okay, we have another problem. Okay, the result is James, which is good. Okay, now we don't need to pass it because it's not a JSON. Now we can find James Bond. We will. Okay, now let's try this again. That was the problem. I didn't give it the actual input. Now we have the actual input. So let's try this once again and let's see what kind of JSON output it gives us. We have a small error here. The result is still empty, which I don't know why. The task is to create a Google Calendar event based on this information. That is the information right here. The date is here. The output. Here's an example. And there is something here which I don't know what it is for now, but the task is to create. Wait, let me just take this and put it in another output. I guess it was too much, but I don't think so. That will be the problem. But still, I'll just add that. You're tasked to create a. Okay, let's remove the Google Calendar event of the now the end date time. The end date time should always be 1 hour ahead of the now. Let's try that. Choose where to start. Choose manually. The one minor problem is that it consumes a lot of ops because you know. Okay, now we finally got a result, but add recurrence. Okay, we don't need this. Okay, we need to tell it that not to add its own variables. So let's just say don't add your own variables. Keep it as keep the key value pairs as they are. Just output the values that are. Wait, let me just go here. Only output the values for mm, below. Don't add or remove any variables. Okay, let me just add this as here as well. I hate to see the error again and again, but you know what? If it runs again, this is all it is: trial and error. Finally, it ran through. So we have this long string summary. Yes, 4 o'clock time zone UTC. I don't know why the time zone is UTC again. Asia. I specifically mentioned it as Asia Kolkata, but okay. Meeting with James. The start time is now. Here's the problem. I said at 4. Now it's giving me 9:30 p.m. because since I'm in India, it adds 5 hours and 30 minutes extra. So if I said 4, it gave me 9:30, which is actually correct. But I guess the time zone is. But we got most of the things we got. Okay, you know what? Before trying it, let's just connect it to Google Calendar. Then we'll try it again. The calendar ID. Now the event name would be the summary because it says meeting with James. The start date will be this. The end date will be this. I didn't get the attendee email, which is actually shocking. If it runs, I just need to do one more thing. Go to Slack again, create a private channel message. The private channel is personal assistant. Not a private channel message, sorry. To create a message. Create a message. Channel ID. Hmm, channel ID or channel name. Okay. Wait. Select from the list. Public channel. No, it's a private channel. So under private channel, we have changed the account. Personal assistant. There we go. The text is, let's say, event created. We'll put the summary. We'll say the start time is, and we'll put the date time, which we'll format because I like to format my date time. Format date, and I'll format it to day slash month slash year, and I'll close this. And I also like it in 24-hour format, so I'll do small h. Is it capital M or small m? It's small m. Okay. Small m, capital M. Yep. And then do end time is, just copy the same thing, paste it, and just remove the start time for the end time. Okay. We should save again. Now, if this runs properly, I should get another message inside of Slack. Oh, and one more thing I need to add. Before this, we'll add make.com. The reason we are doing this is because, and we need to add a filter here as well. And I'll tell you why. You know what? Let me just change the model and see. Sometimes some models are just so dumb. No matter how many times you tell it a thing to do, they're just gonna repeat the same mistake again and again. Just like most of the time, I use instant. It's fine, but I don't know what's up with it now. It's giving me so many errors. My ops are just keep on go. Okay, now see, it created my event summary. Here we go. Now let's just check in my calendar. Whoops. I have two events. Oh, not two events, three events. Man. Let's remove this, remove that. Let's see which event did it create actually. It created an event at 9:48 p.m. I set it at 4 and it created an event at 9:48. Great. Ah man. Hmm. Let's just say I have to say one more thing. Don't add. Let's see if this works. I don't know. Will it work? I have no idea. I'm just seeing it with you. Ah, okay. So it gave me a message back at 9:48, 10:48. It's not exactly what we wanted, but okay, it did the thing. Okay, now it ran twice. Okay, we'll see what's that about. But for the first one is 9:49 now. I'll just remove this. Zone is Asia, Kolkata. Don't write, sorry, don't add, but don't add the hours to the time zone. Let's see if I say something like this, will it work? Why did it run twice? Oh, it took the this one as well. Oh, so choose manually. I guess I selected both. Just pick this one. Save. Let's see. It run twice again. Okay, so now it will waste my ops. So what I'm going to do is text. So this is what I'll say. If it does not contain the make.com, then only it will pass. So now it did contain and now it ran twice. So my ops are gone. But 9:51, which again is not what I wanted. Hmm. How do we sort this out? Because it is creating event on event on event itself. Hmm. Okay, we'll figure that out later. What we'll do here is we'll copy the exact same thing right here, and then I'm just gonna remove this, paste this right here, and we need to add a condition. But wait, before that, did it run properly? Yes, the result was one. Yep. So we'll call this calendar, and we'll say if the result equals to one. Let's say we'll call this email, and you say the result equals to 2. Then you go here. Okay. So we're doing the same thing here. What I'll do is we have to change the example. So just go here, copy this example, paste it right here, and yeah, that should be it. I changed the example. The output should be the name. Okay, then it will go to the Google Sheet, find the name. Wait, let me just add James. Oh, I need to add it in the Slack, but okay. Then I wanted to come up with a nice email. So we'll do this in JSON because we need to access the subject line, the all those things, the body, the subject line, and everything. So here, what I'll do is I'll add a system prompt saying, "You are a helpful and intelligent email writer. You will be given you will be given the reason. You will be given the reason, and based on that, you will create a create an email." So now we'll go user, say let me just copy this and paste it right here, and then I'll go to GPT, create an email. Okay, that is a good email. So what I will do is copy this, go back to make, go to assistant, paste my email, remove all this, Aditya, then I'll do a user, always end the email with best Aditya. And we need to add the same parameters as always. Don't add this, don't add that. Very good. I don't think it was here, it is here. Yep. And I also need to add the subject line because it will also create the subject line for me. So let me just go here, add the subject, then I'll go back here, and this, always follow this parameter, not parameter, sorry, structure. Then we'll say subject line, add a comma, then we'll say body, and we'll just copy this and check the JSON, which is good. Go back here, paste it in. Now we have that. Then we are going to parse the JSON. We'll take the result from here, save it, Then we'll send it through an email. Send email. Account changed. Yes. Send mail. The email will be here. Plain text. I'll add subject line. But what is the number? The number is 23. So I'll add 23 dot subject line. Same here, 23 dot body. Close it. Don't have any attachments. And then we'll copy, no, not copy, we'll just send, do the same thing, create message. Select from the list, change the channel. It's not a public channel, it's a private channel. What is a timestamp ID? Let's see, do we have some ID? Ah, okay, there we go. Timestamp. And we'll say send this email. You can also create a draft if you want to, but that's also fine. So you can just have it create a draft, and then once it create a draft, it just gives you this message, and then you can just go and manually send it if you don't want to directly send it. So that is all set. Wait, oh, sorry, I created the wrong one. I selected update a message, not create a message. That's why it gave me the timestamp. Oops. So select from the list. So private channel. Channel name is personal assistant. And say here's the email 23 dot subject line 23 dot body. Okay. Now all you need to do is just create a message. You know what? I'll just copy the message. Now let's see what happens. So if I just do this here, and if I go back, oops, not this one. If I select the message, let James know that I can't make it to the call today. Let's see. Okay, there was a parameter failure. Missing value 2. It didn't take the email now, did it? Okay, I need to say James Bond, so it won't make it out. So I'll just edit the message. Edit. Let James Bond know. Now, forgot to add the parameter also. So now let's see, choose where to start, choose manually. Now let's see what happens. Sometimes this is what the problem is with AI. Some AIs are not that smart. So instead of using Grok, if you have money to invest, please use GPT. You won't get any of these problems. Okay. I mean, GPT is very smart. So it went. It's now sending the email and it's sent. Now let's see what email did it actually send. Need to schedule today's call. Hi James. I hope you're doing well. I was just wanted to let you know that I won't be able to make it call today. Apologies for the short notice. Would it be possible to reschedule? Happy to work around your availability. Just let me know what works best for you. Thanks for understanding, best Aditya. That is a very fantastic email. So, with that, we've created the personal assistant, and we had just have one side problem: the date and time. Let's see what we can do about this. My time zone is Asia, Kolkata, but don't add to the time zone. I want it to be as it is. Let's give it some example. Maybe it will just understand much better if I just give it some example. So if I do meeting with James Bond at 4 p.m., then I want the assistant to understand this as, and I'll just copy this, Control C, and I'll just put this right here. And the start time, I'll just say, what was the output? Go to Google Calendar event, let's say. So here's the output that it usually gives out. Copy that, go here. I'm going to paste this output and just say 16, remove this and add 17. Okay, now let's see if it gets my point. I really hope it does. Well, if it doesn't, but still we've created, there's some minute things that we need to. Hmm, let's go. Okay, we have a problem here. The result is empty. Ah, sometimes these models are just so dumb. Let me just do the instant only. But why was it empty? There has to be a reason it's empty. Choose where to start. Okay, now it's just giving me empty results. It's not giving me anything at all. So wait, let me just do one more thing. User, here is the message. Now let's go down, take this, paste it right here. I guess that is why, because I thought it that was the data, and according to that data, it started to give me answer. But okay, let's see, and it is 16. Guys, we finally solved it. So if I go back, yep, I have meeting right here. So guys, with all that said, we finally created our own personal assistant. So if you like today's video, first of all give yourself a pat on the back because you've made it. But if you just copy pasted it, it's still fine. It's a great achievement. Pat yourself on the back. With all that said, we finally made the personal assistant. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. It helps. It helps me, helps the channel, and share it with other people. People on your team who make automations or something like this. And hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my next videos. With all that said, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.